So, bali po, we will analyze and answer the following exercises in relation to Chapter 3, the cost behavior. So without further ado po, let's proceed to question number 1, which about the fixed and variable cost behavior. So Espresso Express operates a number of espresso coffee stands in busy suburban malls. The fixed weekly expense of a coffee stand is $1,200, and the variable cost per cup of coffee served is 22 cents. So fill in the following table with your estimates of total cost and costs per cup of coffee at the indicated levels of activity for a coffee stand. Round off the cost of a cup of coffee to the nearest tenth of a cent. So next slide po for our solution. So our fixed cost would be the fixed weekly expense of a coffee stand, which is $1,200. Our variable cost naman are the cups of coffee served in a week multiplied by the variable cost per cup of coffee. So in the first week, we have 2,000 cups of coffee served multiplied by cost per cup of 22 cents, and we will get $440 variable cost. Second week, we have 2,100 multiplied by 22 cents, and we'll get $462. On the third week, we have 2,200 multiplied by 22 cents, and we'll get $484. To get the total cost, we will now add the fixed cost and the variable cost. So the first week, we have 1,200 fixed cost plus 440 variable cost. We'll get the 1,640 total cost. Second week, 1,200 plus 462 will get naman po 1,662 total cost. And the third week, 1,200 plus 484 variable cost, we will get $1,684 total cost. To get the average naman po of the cost per cup of coffee served, we simply divide total cost by the cups of coffee served in a week. So week 1, we have total cost of $1,640 divided by 2,000 cups of coffee served, and we will get 82 cents. So week 2, 1,662 divided by 2,100 will get 0.7791 or 80 cents. On the third week po, $1,684 divided by 2,200 cups of coffee served will get 0.679 or 77 cents. So next slide po. For question number 2, in connection po dun sa previous question, does the average cost of cup per coffee served increases, decreases, or remain the same as the number of cups of coffee served in a week increases? So the answer is, of course, it decreases because when fixed cost as activity goes up, cost per unit goes down. So an average cost per cup of coffee served decreases when the cups of coffee served in a week increases. So let's now proceed po to the question number 3 in relation naman po to high-low method. So the Cheyenne Hotel in Big Sky, Montana has accumulated records of the total electrical cost of the hotel and the number of occupancy days over the last year. An occupancy day represents a room rented out for 1 day. The hotel's business is highly seasonal, with peaks occurring during the ski season and in the summer. As is illustrated in the table po, the month in a year with Cheyenne Hotel occupancy days and its electrical cost. So next slide po. To get the change in electrical cost of Cheyenne Hotel, we simply subtract the month with the highest electrical cost, which is yung month of August po with $5,148 over the lowest month, which is October naman, with $1,588 po. And we'll get $3,560. Same through with the change in occupancy days po. Subtract the month with the highest occupancy, yung August with 2,406, over the lowest month, yung October with 124, and we'll get 2,282. Now, when we divide the change of electrical cost of $3,560 by the change of occupancy days of 2,282, we'll get $1.56, which is the variable cost of electricity per occupancy day. Given the variable cost of electricity per occupancy day, we can now determine our fixed cost. So first, using the high activity cost. So total fixed cost is equal to total cost minus total variable cost. So total cost is $5,148, which is the total electrical cost in a year. To get the variable cost naman, we need to multiply variable cost of electricity per occupancy day, which is $1.56, by the highest occupancy day of 2,406, and we'll get $3,753. So total cost of $5,148 minus total variable cost of $3,753 is equal to $1,395 total fixed cost. Using the low activity cost naman po, same equation with high method, we'll just change the total cost using the low activity cost, which is $1,588. So total variable cost, we will multiply $1.56 by the lowest occupancy days of 124, and we'll get $193. So total cost of $1,588 minus total variable cost of 193 is equals to $1,395 total fixed cost. Using either the high or low activity cost should yield approximately the same fixed cost value. Next slide po. Regarding naman po sa contribution format income statement, so Harris Company manufactures and sells a single product. A partially completed schedule of the company's total and per unit cost over the relevant range of 30,000 to 50,000 units produced and sold annually is given below. So the unit produced, variable cost, fixed cost, and total cost of 30,000 units produced were only given in this table. So next slide po. So the first step to do is to get the cost per unit. To get the cost per unit of variable cost, we need to divide total variable cost to the unit produced. So $180,000 divided by 30,000 unit produced will get $10. I will get $6. Same true with the fixed cost per unit. So yung 300,000 fixed cost po divided by 30,000 will get $10 naman. So if we add these two costs, it will give $16 total cost per unit of the 30,000 units produced. To get the variable cost naman po for 40,000 units produced, we will use the cost per unit of variable cost of 30,000. So $6 multiplied by 40,000 units produced is equal to $240,000 total variable cost. So of course, $300,000 total fixed cost will retain. After that, we will add $240 variable cost of $6 will still the same. Kapag dinivide po natin yung 240,000 to 40,000, $6 pa rin po siya nun. To get the fixed cost per unit for 40,000 units sold, simply divide total fixed cost of 300,000 to the 40,000 units sold, and we'll get $7.05. Add $6 to each, so the total cost per unit for 40,000 units sold is $13.05. Same formula po with the 50,000 units sold, we just have to repeat the process po. So yung pinapakita lang po dito is when total units produced and sold increases, of course, yung fixed cost per unit decreases. Next slide po. In connection with the previous problem, we now assume that the company produced and sell 45,000 units during the year at a selling price of $16 per unit. We will multiply the 45,000 units produced to the selling price of $16 and we'll get $720,000 sales, less the variable cost based on the previous table. So 45,000 units produced multiplied by the variable cost per unit, which is $6, is equal to $270,000. Then after that, $722 sales minus 270 variable cost is $450, which is the contribution margin. Lastly, we will less the fixed cost na $300,000 based again do sa previous table po, and we will get the net operating income of $150. And that's it po for the chapter 3 cost